Welcome to Grandpa's Gentle Sleep Stories. If tonight your mind feels a little too busy, a little too awake, you're in the right place. You don't need to quiet your thoughts. You don't need to sort them out. These stories are here to sit beside you while your thinking slowly runs out of steam, so get comfortable. You sit quietly beside the warm lamp tonight, the soft yellow light resting gently across the room. Nothing here feels hurried. Nothing here asks anything from you. The lamp glows calmly beside the chair, its warm circle of light touching the wooden table, the quiet walls, and the small corners of the room that seem to soften at night outside the window. The town has already begun slowing down. Most people have finished the small routines of their day. Doors have closed, dishes have been put away. Lights have dimmed across the quiet street. Evening always arrives slowly. In places like this first, the sky grows darker, then the air cools gently. Then the calm spreads from one house to the next until the whole town begins settling into the peaceful rhythm of night. You might notice how the room feels a little different now. Rooms often feel calmer after sunset, as if the walls themselves are resting. The lamp beside you hums quietly, not loudly, just a soft, steady presence. Lamps have a way of doing that. They glow patiently, without asking for attention. The chair beneath you creaks softly when you shift. A quiet wooden sound. Old chairs often carry small sounds like that, a gentle reminder that they have been here through many evenings. The lamplight touches the window beside you, its glow reflecting faintly against the glass beyond that glass. The street outside rests quietly beneath the darkening. Sky street lights have already turned ononi. By one they glow along the road, soft circles of pale light touching the pavement. Small towns always look different. Once the street lights appear, the roads grow calmer. The sidewalks grow empty. The air feels slower. Somehow you might see a single car moving gently down the street, its headlights passing slowly beneath the trees, and the sound fades again, leaving the night just as peaceful as before. Even the trees seem quieter, now their leaves barely moving in the soft evening breeze. Few leaves drift slowly down toward the ground, landing quietly along the sidewalk. Little things like that happen constantly at night, but people rarely notice them during busy days. Tonight, you have time to notice that the warm lamp beside you continues glowing steadily, patient and calm. Its light has probably filled this room through many evenings before, perhaps on nights when rain tapped against the windows, or nights when the wind moved softly through the trees. Rooms remember quiet nights like that. The wooden table beside the chair rests calmly in the lamp. Perhaps a book sits there, or a cup left from earlier in the evening. Small objects like that often feel more peaceful at night. The whole room seems to slow down together. The quiet air, the soft light, the stillness resting across the floor. You might notice something about nights like this. How the mind begins to wander slowly, not racing, not solving anything, just drifting gently through small thoughts. People who spend their days thinking a lot often notice this feeling, mind replaying little moments from earlier. Small conversations, tiny details that seemed unimportant at the time. But tonight, nothing needs to be solved, nothing needs to be figured out. The thoughts can simply drift like quiet clouds passing slowly through the mind, then fading into the calm of the night outside. Somewhere farther down the street, a screen door closes. Soft light sound travels gently through the evening air, then disappears again into silence. Small towns often sound like that at night. Any movements here and there, followed by long peaceful stretches where nothing happens. The lamp beside you continues glowing patiently, never rushing, never dimming through, remains warm and still. You sit comfortably in the quiet moment, letting the calm settle slowly around you. Outside the window, the street lights continue shining softly. There, pale glow stretching across the road. The houses along the street rest quietly now, windows dark, porches empty, every home holding its own quiet night. And as you sit here beside the lamp, watching the calm evening settle across the town, your thoughts begin drifting gently toward the quiet street outside, where the soft glow of streetlights rests across empty sidewalks, and the peaceful town continues settling deeper into the night. Your eyes rest quietly on the window, the same window that has watched many evenings pass. Outside, the street feels calm tonight. Warm lamp behind you continues glowing softly, but beyond the glass, the world has grown dim and peaceful. Streetlets stand patiently along the road, each one casting a gentle circle of pale light onto the pavement. Their glow stretches across the quiet sidewalk, touching the trunks of the trees and the empty road that runs through the neighborhood's. Small towns always seem to settle slowly after sunset. During the day, this same street feels busy and others pass by. Neighbors wave from porches. Children ride bicycles along the sidewalk. But now, the night has softened everything. The houses rest quietly beneath the dark sky, their windows mostly dark. Inside those houses, people are settling into sleep. Soft blankets pulled close, lights switched off one by one. The calm rhythm of the night spreading from home to home. A gentle breeze moves through the trees beside the street. Leaves whisper softly against one another. A quiet brushing sound, almost like someone turning the pages of a book. Slowly you might notice how different the street feels when the wind moves like this. Not cold, not strong, just enough to remind the trees that the night air is passing through. Branches sway gently beneath the streetlights. Their shadows stretching across the road. Shadows at night seem softer somehow, never rushing, never sharp. They simply follow wherever the light falls. A single car appears far down the road. Its headlights glow quietly beneath the trees. Car moves slowly along the empty street, not hurrying. Most people drive gently through small towns at night.
if they understand the calm of the streets. The headlights pass beneath one streetlight, then another sound of the tires fades gradually, until the street becomes quiet again. Nights often sound like that in peaceful neighborhoods, will moments of movement, then long stretches of stillness. You might notice something comforting about streets like this. How they seem to hold the calm of the entire town. Sidewalks rest quietly beside the road. Mailboxes stand patiently at the edge of each yard garden. Fences sit quietly beneath the streetlights. Even the trees seem to watch over the house. Tier branches stretching gently across the sky, and window down the street still glows faintly, just a soft square of warm light behind a curtain. Perhaps someone inside is finishing a quiet moment before sleep, maybe reading a few pages of a book, or simply sitting quietly in the calm of their room. Not everyone falls asleep at the same moment. Some people like to linger in the quiet hours a little longer. The street does not mean the calm night holds space for every Onia. Leaf drifts slowly across the sidewalk, pushed gently by the breeze, and another follows, resting quietly beside the curb. Small things like that happen constantly during the night, but they never disturb the peaceful feelings. Street lights continue glowing patiently above the road. There, pale light resting across the pavement. Any reflections appear where the light touches the smooth surface. Town seems to breathe slowly in moments like this, each house resting calmly, each streetlight glowing quietly, each tree moving softly in the night air. You might notice how the mind begins slowing down when the world grows this quiet. Thoughts drift more gently, like clouds passing slowly through the sky. There is no rush here tonight, no loud voices, no sudden movement, just the quiet rhythm of the sleeping town. The breeze moves again through the branches overhead, leaves brushing softly against one another. The calm sound spreads gently through the street. Somewhere farther away, a dog shifts quietly in its sleep, perhaps resting on a porch or curled beside a warm bed inside a house. The sound fades quickly back into silence, leaving the night calm once more. You continue watching the quiet street through the window. Empty sidewalks, the glowing streetlights, the trees standing peacefully beside the road. Little by little, the town settles even deeper into restand. Somewhere farther down that quiet road, one small kitchen light still glows softly inside a distant house, where a calm nighttime routine continues quietly before sleep. Your thoughts wander quietly down the calm street, past the resting houses, past the silent porches, toward a small home where one light still glows soft. Light house itself looks simple, a small front yard, a narrow walkway, and a window where the warm kitchen light rests against the glass. The curtain is partly drawn, allowing the soft yellow glow to spill gently into the night. That kind of light always feels comforting and bright. Not sharp, just the calm glow of a room where the evening is finishing slowly inside the kitchen. Someone is still awake and not rushing. Not busy, just moving calmly through the final small routine of the day. The kitchen itself feels warm and quiet. Light above the counter shines softly across the wooden surface here. Kettle rests on the stove, its metal body warming. Slow, lithe, quiet sound of water beginning to heat fills the room, not loud. Just a gentle hum. Kitchens often feel peaceful late at night after the dishes have been washed. After the last plates have been put away, the room seems to breathe slowly, and the Kieta mug rests beside the sink. Waiting patiently on the counter, perhaps it will soon hold warm tea, or something simple and comforting. Somebody reaches slowly for the kettle, lifting it gently. From the stove, water inside moves quietly as it pours. Steam rises softly into the warm kitchen. Earth scent of tea drifts slowly through the room, soft and calming. Outside the window, the quiet street continues, resting beneath the streetlights. The trees move gently in the breeze of their shadows, shifting across the yard. Inside the kitchen, the warm light rests calmly across the table. The chair beside it sits in time. Perhaps someone will sit there for a few quiet minutes, holding the warm mug in both hands. People often enjoy these last moments of the evening when the house grows calm, when the night outside becomes peaceful. Kettle is set gently back on the counter. A spoon touches the mug softly, stirring the tea. The quiet sound echoes lightly in the still room. Small sounds always seem clearer late at night. A chair sliding softly against the floor, the faint ticking of a wall clock, gentle hum of the kitchen light above. Rooms like this often feel safest if the warm light itself protects the calm moment. Tea steams gently in the muted warmth, rising slowly through the air. Simeon sits quietly at the table now, not doing anything important, just resting for a few quiet minutes, perhaps thinking about the day that has just ended, or perhaps letting the mind wander. Peaceful live kitchen window looks out toward the quiet street. From here the town appears calm and still, streetlights glowing softly, trees moving gently in the breeze. Most windows along the road are dark. No houses resting beneath the quiet sky. Only this small kitchen light remains glowing warmly, but it will not stay on forever. Soon the mug will be empty. The chair will slide back from the table. The kitchen light will be switched to fan. The whole house will settle peacefully into sleep. But for now, the warm glow remains a small, calm moment, held gently in the quiet. Night outside, the breeze moves softly through the trees. Again, a leaf drifts slowly across the walkway. The street continues, resting beneath the steady streetlights, and as the quiet kitchen light glows softly inside that peaceful house, your thoughts begin drifting once more down the calm street toward an old wooden porch that listens patiently to the evening wind. Your thoughts continue drifting slowly along the quiet street, leaving the warm kitchen light behind following the yelp. Calm road past the sleeping house somewhere along this peaceful street. There is a house with an old wooden porch house itself rests quietly beneath the dark sky. Its windows are dark now, its curtains drawn gently across the glass butt. The porch light above the front door still glows. Soft, lithe, warm light spreads across the wooden boards, touching the railing, the steps, and the quiet corners of the porches like this have watched many evenings come and go. During the day they welcome neighbors and visitors, footsteps passing up and down the wooden steps. But at night the porch becomes something quieter, a calm place where the house seems to rest. A rocking chair sits near the edge of the porch's curved runners. Resting gently on the wooden floor, the chair faces outward toward the quiet street. Perhaps someone sat there earlier this evening, watching the sky slowly grow darker, listening to the soft sounds of the town settling into night. Now the chair moves just slightly from anyone sitting there, but from the breeze passing gently across the porch. Motion is slow and calm, back and forth, old rocking. Chairs seem to remember evenings like this. Porch light above glows steadily, its warm bulb humming softly in the quiet air. Lights like this often shine through the whole night, keeping watch over the sleeping house of wooden boards beneath the chair. Hold the marks of many years, faint lines worn smooth by countless footsteps. Friends visiting for dinner, family returning home at the end of long days. Tonight the porch is still, the steps remain empty. Street beyond the railing rests beneath the glow of distant street lights. A breeze moves softly through the nearby trees. Their leaves whisper gently against one another. Sound drifts across the yard, touching the porch, touching the quiet house behind it. Somewhere nearby a wind chime hangs beside the door. The breeze brushes against it lightly. A small soft note rings through the air, not loud, just a delicate sound floating through the calm night. Wind chimes often speak quietly, like fattening music carried gently by the breezy. Rocking chair creaks softly on Seth and settles again into stillness. Old wood often carries small voices like that, a quiet creak here, a gentle sigh there, nothing sharp, nothing sudden, just the calm sound of a house resting through the evening. Porch railing feels cool beneath the night air. Few fallen leaves rest along its edgy. Own leaf slides slowly across the wooden boards, moving quietly with the breezy. Yard beyond the porch rests peacefully. No grass, dark beneath the sky. Small plants bending gently in the wind. Town feels especially calm from this porch. Quiet street stretching into the distant, street lights glowing patiently along the road. Trees standing quietly beside the sidewalks. Porches often become places for quiet thinking. People sit there in the evenings, watching the last light fade from the sky, listening to the calm sounds of the night. Perhaps someone sat in this chair not long ago, resting for a moment after the day, and dead hands folded quietly, eyes watching a peaceful street. But now the chair waits. Patiently once more the breeze moves again through the trees, the wind chime rings. Softly beside the door, the porch light continues glowing steadily. Everything here moves slow, lithe, calm rhythm of the night, touching every corner of the town, rocking. Chair sways gently one more time, then grows still. Quiet porch continues listening to the soft wind of the evening, and somewhere along the peaceful street, a slow walk beneath the streetlights begins to feel inviting again. You step slowly away from that quiet porch, leaving the warm porch light behind. The wooden steps rest softly beneath your feet, and the calm street opens gently ahead. Streetlights glow patiently along the road, their pale circles of light touching the pavement below. The sidewalk stretches quietly in front of you. Resting beside the sleeping houses, your steps move slowly along the path, not hurried, not loud, just the gentle sound of shoes meeting the cool pavement. Air feels calm tonight, cool from the quiet breeze moving through the town's small towns often feel different. Once the night deepens, daytime noise fades away, and the streets seem to breathe more slow. Lithe houses along the road rest peacefully, windows dark, curtains drawn softly across the glass inside those houses. People sleep beneath warm blankets, brooms quiet, lights turned off long ago. A porch light glows beside one doorway, its warm bulb shining gently across the yard. Perhaps someone forgot to switch it off, or perhaps the house simply likes the comfort of that small glow. You pass slowly beneath the street. Lithe pale light stretches across the sidewalk. Your shadow follows quietly beside you, long and soft across the pavement. Shadows at night seem gentle somehow, never rushing, never sharp. They move calmly wherever the light falls. A breeze moves softly through the trees above. Their branches sway slowly against the sky. Waves whisper quietly together, a calm brushing sound spreading across the street. Sidewalk curves gently along the road, passing small yards and garden fence. Flowers rest quietly in the cool air, their petals folded softly for the night. A wind chime hangs beneath one porch roof. Breeze touches it lightly. A small clear tone rings through the air, then fades gently into silence. Any sounds like that seem clearer at night. When the town grows this calm, you continue walking slowly, your steps matching the peaceful rhythm of the street. Streetlights stand patiently along the road on after Aneth reach, one glowing softly above the quiet pavement. Somewhere farther down the street, one window still holds a faint glow. Perhaps someone inside is reading quietly or finishing the final moments of the evening. Not every mind settles at the same time. Some people rest slowly, letting their thoughts wander gently before sleep. The street seems to welcome that quiet. See the breeze moves again through the branches overhead. A few leaves drift slowly down toward the ground, resting quietly beside the curbs. Small things like that happen constantly at night, little movements that never disturb. The calmed town continues resting peacefully around yew trees, standing quietly beside the road mailboxes, waiting patiently at the edge of each. Yard garden fences resting beneath the streetlights you might notice how your thoughts begin slowing down. As you walk the quiet street, encouraging the mind to relax each step feels steady and calm now. Leading anywhere importentous, moving gently through the peaceful town the breeze carries. The scent of cool night air fresh and calm farther down the road. The houses grow fewer at the street, stretching quietly toward the edge of town streetlights, become farther apart. Now their pale glow softer across the pavement. Sidewalk continues calmly beside the road guiding the slow walk forward by in the final. Houses the land begins opening wide fields, resting quietly beneath the dark sky and somewhere far beyond those quiet fields. A distant sound will soon travel gently through the night, a calm, steady rhythm, moving slowly along the rails. Quiet sound of a train passing through the darkness. Your slow walk continues beyond the final houses of the town, where the quiet street gradually fades into open land. The sidewalks grow shorter here, and the streetlights stand farther apart. Air feels cooler away from the warm glow of the neighborhood. Fields stretch quietly beneath the night sky. All grass moves softly in the breeze, brushing gently against itself. Places like this always feel calm. At night town still rests behind you, but the open land feels wider, more peaceful. You pause for a moment beside the quiet road. Grass bends slowly with the breeze, and where beyond the fields, hidden behind a line of trees, two narrow rails stretch across the land. Railroad tracks resting patiently in the darkness. They have likely been here for many years. Metal rails shining faintly beneath the distant glow of the skydering. The day trains pass here from time to time, but at night the tracks feel almost forgotten. Two long lines stretching quietly across the countryside. The breeze moves softly through the tall grass again, a calm rushing sound spreading across the fields. Night sky above looks wide, and deep clouds drift slowly across the darkness, moving gently between the stars. You stand quietly beside the road, listening to the peaceful air, and then, very faintly, you hear something, a low distant sound, drifting across the fields. Oft at first, almost too quiet to notice, but slowly the sound grows clearer, steady rhythm moving through the night somewhere far away. A train is traveling along the tracks, its movement calm and patient, not rushing, not loud, just the quiet work of wheels moving along steel rails. Many towns hear this same train every night. Most people sleep through it without noticing, but tonight the sound carries gently through the still earth. Distant rhythm repeats again and again, a soft rolling pattern moving across the land. The train itself appears slowly beyond the trees, its headlight glowing softly ahead. The beam stretches calmly across the rail, skidding the engine along the quiet track. The train moves slowly through the countryside. A car after car following the steady motion of the engine each. One rocking slightly as the wheels pass over the rails, the sound grows a little stronger. No still calm. Still steady steel wheels touching the track, a gentle repeating rhythm. There is something comforting about that sound, perhaps because it never hurries, perhaps because it follows the same quiet path every night. The breeze carries the sound across the open fields, tall grass bending softly beneath the wind. Train continues gliding along the tracks, its light moving slowly through the darkness. Trees beside the rails catch the glow for a moment, then fade again as the train passes by. The long line of cars follows patiently behind, each one moving gently through the night. The steady rhythm continuous, soft and repeating somewhere back in the sleeping town. Perhaps a few people hear it in their dreams, not waking completely, just noticing the distant movement for a moment, then drifting deeper into rest. Train gradually moved farther across the fields, its sound beginning to fade into the distance. Steady rhythm grows softer now. Car by car, the train disappears into the dark horizontal. Only the calm night air remains. Tracks return to their quiet stillness, resting beneath the open sky as if the train had only passed through a peaceful dream. You remain standing beside the road for a moment longer, the breeze moving gently through the tall grass. Quiet town resting somewhere behind youth. Night feels especially calm, no wide fields, slow drifting clouds, and the distant memory of the train's steady rhythm as your thoughts begin turning back toward the quiet houses again. One small window in the town still holds a warm lamp glowing softly through the night. Your thoughts slowly drift back toward the town again, leaving the quiet fields behind. The calm road leads gently past the last trees, back toward the peaceful neighborhood. Houses appear one by one along the street there. Rooftops resting beneath the dark sky. Streetlights glow softly above the road, spreading pale light across the quiet pavement. Most windows along the street are dark. Now houses have settled comfortably into sleep bedrooms, calm. Curtains drawn, lights switched off, long agate. Somewhere along the quiet street, one small window still glows, soft lights, warm light resting gently against the glass. House itself is simply a small porch near the front door. A narrow garden resting beside the steps. Flowers sleep quietly in the cool night air, their leaves barely moving in the breezy. Warm light from the window spills softly onto the porch, touching the wooden railing, the small steps leading down to the yard. Warm light like that always feels welcoming, not bright, not sharp, just a calm glow from a peaceful room inside a home. Might imagine the room beyond that window, a comfortable chair resting beside a lamp, soft light spreading across the walls. A small table beside the chair, holding a book perhaps. Someone sits they're quietly now, not doing anything urgent, just enjoying the calm moment before sleep. Many people like to linger in the quiet hours like this after A busy part of the day has passed thee. House feels peaceful now, the gentle hum of the lamp filling the still air. Somewhere inside the house, a clock ticks, soft light, steady rhythm, marking the slow passing of time, tick by tick, minute by minute. Night continues moving forward outside. The breeze moves through the trees beside the street. Their leaves whisper softly together. Calm sound drifts gently across the yard, touching the quiet house. Window curtain shifts slightly in the breeze, then settles again inside the room. The warm lamp continues, glowing. Perhaps the person sitting in the chair turns a page of their book. Soft sound of paper moving quietly in the room. Perhaps the book rests quietly in their lap while the mind wanders gently through the calm night. Sometimes these final quiet moments are the most peaceful part of the day, when everything slows down, when the world outside grows quiet, when the mind can rest for a few calm minutes. Lamplight continues, resting softly across the room, its warm glow steady and patient, but it will not remain forever. Soon the book will. Closet chair will slide gently away from the table. Lamp will be switched to fan. The room will grow dark like the rest of the town, but for now the warm light remains a small, calm glow in the quiet street. Breeze moves again through the branches. Above, leaves shifting softly against the night sky. The streetlights continue, shining patiently along the road. Sidewalks empty. The houses peaceful and still. You remain watching the warm window for a moment longer. Gentle light glowing quietly in the calm town, and as the peaceful night continues stretching across the sleeping street, soft clouds begin gathering slowly above the rooftops, preparing to bring the quiet sound of rain across the town. The quiet street remains peaceful beneath the soft glow of the streetlights. The warm window still resting gently in the distance above. The rooftops, the sky begins to change. Clouds move slowly across the dark night sky. They drift calmly, almost unnoticed, soft gray shapes stretching gently above the sleeping town. Air grows a little cooler now. The breeze brushes lightly through the trees beside the road. Their branches sway softly beneath the growing clouds. Sometimes quiet nights begin this way. The sky slowly gathering rain, wind moving gently through the streets. The town growing even calmer then. Before, street lights continue glowing along the road, their pale light resting across the empty pavement. Most houses remain dark. Now curtains closed, porches quiet, rooms filled with peaceful sleep, and very softly the first drop of rain falls. A tiny drop touches the pavement, a quiet tap against the sidewalk, then another follows, and another small. Raindrops begin landing across the street, touching rooftops, touching trees, touching the quiet lawns beside the house. As the rain begins slowly tonight, not heavy, not hurry, just a gentle rhythm forming in the night air. You pause beside a large tree near the sidewalk. Its leaves catch the rain first, and it drops, tapping softly against the branches. The Sound spreads through the laves, a quiet whisper floating through the calm street. Pavement begins to shine beneath the streetlights, more reflections appearing where the rain touches the ground. Each drop creates a tiny ripple in the shallow puddles. Breeze moves gently through the trees, again shaking loose a few drops from the leaves. They fall softly onto the grass, bellow somewhere nearby. Water begins to collect along the edge of the curb, a thin stream forming, slowly moving calmly down the quiet road. Rain continues falling across the town, touching every rooftop, tapping softly against windows, sliding down porch railings. Each house receives the same calm sound tonight, gentle whisper of falling rain inside those houses. People sleep peaceful. Steady rhythm of the rain surrounding their room, soft and comforting. Many people sleep especially well on rainy nights. The quiet sound wrapping around the house like a calm lullaby, drifting through the earth. Trees along the street welcome the rain, their leaves glistening. Beneath the streetlights, gardens drink quietly from the sky, flowers resting peacefully beneath the cool drops. The sidewalk grows darker as the rain spreads slowly, puddles forming beside the curb, reflecting the warm glow of the streetlights. Above you might notice how peaceful rain feels at night. Perhaps it is the steady rhythm, perhaps it is the way the sound fills the quiet space, washing the day away little by little. Breeze carries the rain gently across the street. Leaves shimmer beneath the falling drops, the branches sway softly in the wind. Rain continues its calm, steady rhythm, touching rooftops across the town, touching quiet yards and empty sidewalks. Warm window that glowed earlier now fades softly into darkness somewhere. Inside the house, the lamp has been switched off. Down rests even deeper now. Every house peaceful beneath the falling rain, street lights glowing softly above the empty road, trees moving gently in the cool night earth. Calm rhythm of the rain spreads across every corner of the town, and little by little the whole quiet place drifts toward its deepest rest. Held gently beneath the soft sound of rain, the rain continues falling softly across the quiet town, steady and calm, touching rooftops, trees, and empty streets. Sidewalks shine beneath the streetlights, their pale reflections stretching gently across the wet pavement. Of everything feels quieter now than before. Rain has a way of doing that. It softens every sound, it slows every movement. Breeze moves gently through the branches of the tree. Small drops fall from the leaves onto the grass below. Houses along the street rest peacefully, their windows dark, their curtains drawn against the cool night air. Inside those homes people sleep deeply, blankets warm, rooms calm and quiet. Gentle rhythm of the rain reaches every rooftop, a soft whisper spreading across the town. You walk slowly along the empty street, your steps quiet against the damp pavement. Street lights glow patiently above the road, there warm light shining through the falling rain. Small drops drift past the light, glimmering briefly before reaching the ground. You pass a house with a porch light still glowing soft, lithe, warm. Bulb shines across the wet steps for a moment the light reflects brightly in the puddles below, then suddenly the porch light flickers just one scene, softly goes. Dark another small corner of the town has settled into sleep. You continue walking slow, lithe. Rain tapping gently against the leaves beside the road somewhere. Nearby water drips quietly from the edge of a roof. Drip ripples sounds like this feel clearer at night when the world grows calm. Breeze moves softly through the street. Again leaves whisper quietly above your head, their branches shining faintly. Beneath the rain farther along the road, another house sits quietly in the darkness, its windows dark. Its porch empty, the yard rests beneath the falling rain grass, bending gently beneath. The drops, the town now feels almost perfectly still. No cars pass along the road, no doors. Openo voices drift through the night errantly. The gentle rain continues falling, touching every street, every yard, every quiet rooftop. You look up toward the sky clouds, stretch softly across the darkness there. Gray shapes moving slowly above the town somewhere. Behind those clouds, the moon waits patiently, hidden for now, but still resting beyond the rain. Rainfall begins growing lighter, steady rhythm slowing gently as if the night itself is becoming sleep-eyed. Breeze softens through the tree leaves, settle quietly against the branches. The streetlights continue glowing patiently above the empty road, their reflections resting calmly across the wet pavement. The town feels deeply peaceful now, every house resting, every street quiet, every tree standing softly in the rain. Calm night spreads across the whole neighborhood, holding the silence of sleeping homes and somewhere far beyond the rooftops. The clouds slowly begin drifting apart again, making room for the faint promise of morning waiting beyond the horizon. The rain has grown softer now, barely more than a gentle whisper across the town's drops still fall from the rooftops, sliding quietly down the edges of the houses. The sidewalks shine beneath the streetlights, their reflections stretching calmly across the wet pavement. Town rests deeply in the final quiet hours of the night. Every house remains still, curtains drawn softly across dark window porches. Empty beneath the calm sky, the breeze moves slowly through the trees beside the street, their branches glistening from the rain. A few drops fall from the leaves, touching the grass below. The night feels peaceful now, as if everything has finally settled. Clouds above begin drifting slowly across the sky, their gray shapes growing thinner as they move somewhere. Behind them, the moon waits patiently, its soft glow hidden but steady-eyed. Streetlights continue shining quietly along the road. Soon they will switch off as morning arrives, but for now they stand patiently in the darkness, watching over the calm streets. You walk slowly beneath one of the lights. Cool night air feels fresh after the rain. Clean and gentle water trickles softly along the curb beside the road. A thin stream moving quietly toward the lower end. Of the street's breeze moves again through the tree leaves, rustle softly in the calm. Earth Town remains deeply asleep, bedrooms quiet, blankets warm, dreams drifting peacefully through resting minds even. The houses seem to breathe slowly through walls, holding the calm of the night far away beyond the rooftops. A faint pale glow begins to appear along the horizon, bright, yet just a soft hint of the morning waiting somewhere beyond the hills soon. The sky will begin to brighten soon, the town will wake. Slow the kitchen lights will glow again, doors will open quietly. Onto the porch small routines of the morning will begin, but none of that needs to happen. Yet the night still holds the town gently. Rain has almost stopped now, only an occasional drop falls from the branches above. Clouds drift calmly across the sky. Peaceful streets rest beneath the fading darkness. You pause for a moment beside the quiet road, listening to the calm silence surrounding the town. Streetlights glow softly one last time. Sidewalks empty and still, trees standing quietly beside the house of everything feels slow, calm, peaceful land somewhere. Between one quiet moment and the next, the gentle comfort of sleep begins settling softly around youth. Night continues holding the town in its peaceful embrace, while tomorrow morning waits patiently beyond the quiet horizon.